Welcome to the Shephard Family Enterprise Business Administration Information System Consultants, Project Management Database System, PMDS, Operation Management System, OMS, training sessions. All systems training sessions are designed to allow each project manager personnel the ability to learn all processing steps so all your project manager tasks for clients and customer-based activities are fulfilled to completion and on time. Using our PDMS system will allow your project manager to effectively streamline any additional use from application resources used as a tool to structure your agile project management framework and environments. Our PMDS systems will quickly allow your project manager to match all current and new professionals to the right project assignment and tasks, making your production lag time decrease by 15% or more. Let's get started. Our training sessions will be divided into 7 level training sessions. Training level 1 for beginners, training level 2 for intermediate, training level 3 for advanced, training level 4 structured information and resources, structure level 5 networking for business opportunities and clients, training level 6 your computer application systems and the use of its features, training level 7 learning how to obtain information about your company for reports and meetings. Each level training session will increase in complexity, but the focus will always be to ensure that you have a full understanding of what is needed to set up the customer record to begin your project work from start to finish. For example, training level 1 beginners will cover the initial engagement of potential clients and log that potential client as a prospective customer. This will allow your company salesperson or company consultant to reach back out to the potential client to see if there were any additional questions needed to be answered that will prompt their interest in becoming a paying customer. For example, training level 2, intermediate persons will engage into a more effective role as a project manager. In this role, the project manager will be documenting, then engaging to the new customer business-related ideas and obtaining important information, business information related matters that will allow your company so that your company can assist to either restructure or improve the current processes. It will also include obtaining an estimated cost analysis that will focus on giving the customer the best solutions for the right costs. For example, training level 2, intermediate. While in the active role as a project manager, you will be documenting business approach and objectives, keeping consistent contact with the contact person who is assigned to making any financial decisions concerning any additional resources needed to complete each phase and task created. This role will also be included with submitting the necessary service request tickets for obtaining new customer numbers and project numbers. At the end of each training session, I will be crossing out the training level that has been fully covered and completed. For example, training level 1, beginners. It will be crossed out when we complete that session. Training level 2 will be crossed out. Training level 3 for advanced will be crossed out, and so forth and so on. Okay. This will be training level for 1 beginners part 2. We have went over numerous different assign-in of things, stuff like that, but I'm going to go over it again with you, okay? You can actually go back to the first training level part 1 and you can get all the details of that, but we're going to go through it just for the sake of instructions. Although this version of the database is in beta testing and for instructional purpose only, all secure features has been turned off for security purposes. Just click the login button. The PMDS introduction splash sheet generates to give the user relevant information about the benefits of using the PMDS application as an everyday tool. Click the Continue button. The second splash screen is generated to let our customer know where to get system support if needed concerning PMDS related concerns or updates. Click the Continue button. We'll be dividing this session of instruction into 4 parts so that all information can be covered. First will be the Client Accounts menu, the Customer Accounts Administrator menu, the Customer Account Bill Administrator form, the Search button, the Order Number box, the Customer Account Search box, the Service Request Number search box, the Customer Account Name search box, and then the Customer Account Bill Administrator form in the application itself. As in the previous training session instructions, we'll be crossing out what we have covered at the end of this session until we have covered the full form. What we are going to be covering today is the Client Accounts menu. The Client Account menu button is what we will be clicking to go into more detail of what the training session is all about. Click the Client Account menu button. Once you click the Client Account menu button, you will be in the Customer Account Administrators menu. The button that we're going to be clicking is the Customer Account Bill Administrator. Click the Customer Account Bill Administrator button. Once you click the Client Account Administrator button, you will be in the form Customer Account Bill Administrator, Verify and Bill Customer Account screen. In this screen, once you have identified the customer and you want to bill the customer, if you have a current customer, what you will be doing basically, you will put in either the order number that's on your customer worksheet, and if there is a customer number, you will put in the customer number. And if you have a service request concerning the customer, you put in a service request number, okay, or the account name, all right, customer account name. Then once you click on the button, I put in the customer project number because this project has been formulated and structured already, so all the data is already there. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just going for the sake of the training session or this documentation, I'm just going to filter through it, okay? Once you put in the information, you'll see the order number, which is blank, the customer service request number, and the project level status. All this information is blank. Okay, we'll be covering this once we go into the actual database. Once you put in that information, you push search. As you see here, the customer number will be there, right? The service request number is there, and then whether or not the project is being worked. This project level status is active. The next part of this form, which is a customer work record. Once this form is open, the first thing you would need to do is put in because what you're doing basically, you're giving the new customer a customer account number. Okay, you have to assign the customer number. And the reason why you want to do this, you want to be able to track this customer for auditing purpose, for accounting purposes, and just to, if you have to deal with this customer, you want to be able to pull this customer up, all right, for administrative purposes. In this account here, and every account had to be approved. This account had to be approved by the account manager, all right? The account manager is the person that actually verifies that this is an active account, okay? So all the information that's needed have been obtained, and they have researched to find that this is a real client, okay? It has been verified by the account manager talking to the project manager that this customer actually wants to proceed in working with our company. And as you see here, the finance officer, right, will have to sign off on this as well. This approval here, the finance officer information here, is approved in the accounting section, okay, which we'll be covering in the next session, training session. Also, you have the corporate level account status, right, which is active. The project number level status was active. Department level account action was active, and you have the pre-approved project, which is pre-approved project, right? And a pre-approved project only means that this customer already have monies toward this project, so they want to create additional tasks or associated projects sequences under this project. So this will be a pre-approved project, so they can work on additional projects under the original project number. Okay, and then here it says the project funded status, which the project is funded. Okay. The next section is, as you see here, you see the order number, the available customer account number, right? You see the account number here, which is a verification of the available account numbers that you select. All right, you have the customer account use date, this in the project condition, which is a pre-approved project, and you have the customer account contract number, whereas here there isn't any, but that's under negotiations. Then you have the customer name, then you put the address in. All this information will be validated. And this is a closer view of what I'm talking about. And we will cover this when we go into the actual database. And the second part of this is basically when you're building a customer account, you get, like I said, you get the phone number, the contact person, email address, what type of business there is, what's general operations management. You have the EIN, have to get the EIN, the country. You get the service account, where it's actually located. Okay, it's a corporate level enter. You have the department ID that's be handling this particular account in the department, which is a corporate office, and the department account ID, which is the city or in the state that is assigned to work on this project. Okay, and the next section is again the department level information that's associated with this customer account, which is department name that be working with the account is the corporate office, project sub name, name substation, which is the project management team, and the type of sub account is selected science and research. That means that we still research in different avenues and how we actually going to work with this customer. So this will be an ongoing project, working with a contract, with a project, the service agreement. Then we have the department level ID. Then we have the department location. Okay, and then we have the various buttons. We have the save button, the customer service button, close form, reports, and everything like that. Okay, and this is a close-up view, so you get a better sight of what I was talking about. Okay, the next screen, what you see here, is basically we're going to talk about in our database. We're talking about the update, these three buttons here. All right. Once you have finished putting in all the information that's needed inside of this form, these are three buttons that you would be clicking. One will be updating the customer, the client customer worksheet. Another will be updating the customer service request that you put in so that the customer account administrator can assign this customer a customer account number. And any other additional information that you include in here or any updates, and you just keep the customer client record updated. And then you would validate the customer account for funding. Okay, and that is actually coming from the accounting section. And these are the buttons that you actually be engaged in when you do this, which is a close-up view. Okay. The first button is Update Client Customer Worksheet and Update Customer Service Request button. And it will be updating the service request ticket as I described in the client customer record so that the progress for the new customer account can be viewed and tracked. The Update Client Customer Record button event will update only the new customer account record so that all the associated records will reflect the change within the statuses. The Validate Customer Account Funding button will ensure all customer account funding for the current record will reflect what can be worked at the time that the project is engaged on any date. Okay, so far we have we covered the client's accounts menu, the customer accounts administrator menu, the customer accounts build administrator form, the search button, the order number search box, the customer account search box, the service request number box, the customer account name, and the customer bill administrative form in the application. Okay, now we're going into the actual PDMS system to begin our in-depth training level beginner session. Customer account build administrator and verify customer account screen and features, which is the fourth part of our session. Okay. This is the customer account build administrator form. And as you see here, it says to verify and build a customer accounts. And as I described in my previous section in my documentation, it shows you this information right here. Okay. And in here, as you see here, you have a couple of letter sessions. You have active. You have the contact corporate accounting, active, inactive, hold, cancel, pending payment, close accounts, administrative review. All these things here will have to be set. These things are set by the accounting section. And then you have the project number level status, which is inactive, hold, cancel, pending, code, or close. Okay. And that's so that the person actually working this will know whether or not he can proceed in doing any work for this customer, any project work. And again, we described here, we see the pre-approved project, which is either not authorized or none. Okay, most of the projects you're working on will be pre-approved project, which once it's approved, it will say pre-approved. If it's not authorized, it won't work. If it's none, then it's something that you probably be working on, but it's probably in a department type thing that has been assigned to you. Then you got the project funded status. Is it funded or a project not funded? And it's the same thing as in the pre-approved project. Okay. Now the project could be not funded, right? But it could be pre-approved, so it could be in the makings to be worked. And the account workbook, this is accounting payment that's in our general ledger. This is how we keep track of each payment cycle with this customer. Okay. Then we have your order number. Then we have available customer account numbers. Okay. And available customer account numbers, these are the customer account numbers that are available. Once you use these numbers, they cannot be used again because there's only one customer account number per client. Okay. Then we got the project condition, which is not active project, approved account, or qualified client customer account. And each one of these things, other than not active project, can be worked. Okay. Okay. Then you have the customer name, the address, and all this information will be filled out by the customer account manager. And just to find out, they would call the customer to find out whether or not all the information is accurate, talk to the proper people, get everything based on so that we can start, validating this customer so we can start working with this customer. And this information is needed for the accounting section, okay? And then you'll assign it to the department, okay, like we described before in the previous training session. Okay, and then we have the update client, okay, which I described to you before. We have the update client customer record, and then we have the validate customer accounting for funding. All right. Okay, that's the end of our training session. Okay, we would do the beginner's training session number 3. We'll get more involved into the accounting side, how we go about assigning the account number to a paid account. And once we start doing that, and once it's approved, it goes through the approval process, and then we'll go through actually building the account number. All right, and then once we start building, not the account number, we start building the project number. Once we build the project number, and then we'll go in and start, I'll start showing you how to set up your project and what we be doing to gather information so that we can begin our project work. Okay? All right. Thank you very much for viewing this. This is a YouTube training session, so I would appreciate if you click like and subscribe to this channel, to my channel, my YouTube channel, and share it. Okay? And the reason why I want this, so that I can get funding and I can get my business training sessions out to project managers who are looking for a project tool to use to document their projects other than something that is internet-based. This project database is self-contained. With the training, it's pretty simple to use. And once you get the project, the customer and the project set up, all you do is document it, and then we'll go through the invoicing and everything like that at a later date. Okay? Okay. Thank you very much.